We come to you live on EA Sports, and it's a Windy City special in the booth. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
And Ed, both squads are getting up last-minute shots. As a player, you never leave the court on a missed shot. A mixed shot always sets the right tone before the game.
All the work that's gone into this game about to be on full display here tonight. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Curling inside. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
And stuffs it home.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. To Marcus Smart. The jumper's off the mark. To Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Shot by Hayward, no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
To Marcus Smart. Hayward. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Count the bucket for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Now Brad Stevens calls a timeout. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Boston with the basketball. Probing the defense. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Hayward, not easy.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
To Paul George. And a throwdown.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff speed all day, every day.
Walker to Hayward. Lets it fly from long range, and Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for 3.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Hayward unable to connect.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Walker into the front court. They trail by 7. Tried to slam it down, but it comes out. Leonard knocks it down.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Beverly. Oh, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Tatum. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Give it to him. Kemba Walker missed his first. That one goes.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Trying to cash in. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. 1 quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has the making to be a big-time game.
To Cantor. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
And number 44.
24-second violation. Brown shot off iron. No good. Beverly into the front court. Up by 6. Leonard. Oh, that's how it's done.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Leonard. to Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Jaylen Brown. Fine to shoot. Deep two there, won't go. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Leonard had made his first couple, but he misses there. Brown with it up top. 9-point margin. Curling inside. To Leonard. Gets a look. Can't hit. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jaylen Brown, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To George. And scores. Strong take.
This is like a boxing match. If you fight against a great boxer, if he keeps jabbing you at the face, eventually that body will open up. You keep giving up layups like that, boom, a body blow is on the way.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Celtics have it. Paul George pins it. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 20.
Boston with 4 to shoot. Tatum. And it's Beverly there to grab the rebound. To Leonard. Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Hayward. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Walker to Hayward. And the finish. Slam dunk. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Leonard. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Gets to the basket and scores.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Hayward. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Leonard. To Paul George. Beyond the arc for three. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Offensive rebound. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Beverly into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. And his Cantor above the rim. Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys down big. Gets a shot up off the mark to Leonard. And the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Hayward. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Hayward. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for three.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
George. Tough shot. He hits. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Walker. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Celtics have it. To Walker. From long range. Off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
George had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. To Hayward. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
He throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
As a player, this doesn't always happen, but it's a beautiful thing when everybody is allowed to be on the same page. Scouting report is being executed, you're being efficient with your jump shooting, your passes are crisp, you're listening to the coach on the sideline, and everything is working your way. You have to really appreciate these type of moments in the game of basketball.
New blood coming in for both sides. To Leonard.
Into the game for the Boston Celtics.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Walker with the basketball. Down a bundle. To Hayward. Curling inside. Throws it down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Kawhi Leonard has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Boston with the basketball. Walker, deep left corner. Has a look. Shot by Brown off the mark. To Leonard. Scores from the post.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Tatum. Off the iron. No good. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Los Angeles. Number 5.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Think you know everything about our team? Turn to page 15 in today's game program for the latest trivia question and submit your answer on the team website. One lucky winner will have a chance to receive $500 by making a half-court.
Walker. It's no good. Shots not going down. Jason Tatum sends it away. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. Leonard. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end. Celtics have it.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It's been all Clippers so far. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
To Kemba Walker. Fires the three. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
nothing going here on that drive. Hayward. Now that's a contest. To George. Kemba Walker with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Walker. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Jumper's good.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Williams across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. To Paul George. It's the Celtics with the rebound. To Hayward. Fires the three. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
A shot, no good by Green.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. George? Yes.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Timeout Boston, as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Los Angeles.
Ball's controlled by Boston. From the painted area, won't go down. To George. Short jumper won't go down.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Leonard to Paul George. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Walker to Jaylen Brown. For three is good.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Brown into the front court. He'll run the offense. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Throws it down.
An easy two, get back on defense.
To George. Shot from the lane won't go. Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Oh yeah, I like that.
To Paul George.
Make it tough on him. Make it tough on him. I'm here. Drop.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Kawhi Leonard swats it. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Beverly into the front court. The lead is 15. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, he had him there for a second. Hayward. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.